Verbal Abuse Battle Zone, the most elite online battle league.
Sponsored by One Culture Apparel. I said, yo, you got bars? You think you got what it takes? Then join the movement today. Verbal Abuse Battle Zone via Discord and Facebook. Holla.
ONSLAUGHT versus LANDINI.
Hey, so boom. I'm starting the organization soon, so y'all niggas stay in tune. ONSLAUGHT. You emerged meddling with mind messages and created your own slot. Here's where the light and dark meet, as I show you what you don't got. They see us as a mirror match, wicked, on a mission to see who more on point. Well, I've soared against peers with the pen. They done gave ONSLAUGHT to a tactician, but I'ma stick to keeping things in place. I know they expect me to go in, so as they try and neg us on, land stay original and Ethiopian. He like, damn, soon as we medium mode, yeah, the frequency code, I got range. I do my numbers and sequence for show. I'll structure fire and sacrifice shit like the Bohemian Grove, but make them real aware. Cause our mind's amazing. Do you see this arc I've created? That's why even after I get rid of you, you gon' still be there. So this is fair. And it's real imperative to give them original structure and make them feel some areas that we skilled in. But you gotta get killed as we kill the narratives. So let's see how far that resilience carrier. Cause I feel like Hannibal. A bar could be general and still I bury you very much. I know where I'm from, but I'm in alignment. And that's the spirit. So whether it's high-low vibing, you got to hear it. As you interact with the shaman, where my mind is, ain't the limelight. You can't be finite to find it. The finest with the words, so I don't blame them for heading in this empty room, because I knew it'd be a simple solution for the no-brainers. Let's see how you really doing. Somebody supreme mathematics to get at you, to decipher this zero. I had to become one with knowledge and gain wisdom too. But understand, we did this like a volume because we figured time's up for the three dimensionals. You my foe, and I got a culture to be free. It's pitiful to them. If I've chosen to empower refined mentality, you see the reality is that they basic. But I'm going to keep giving equality by far and be connecting to the people. That's 6 degrees of separation. Devastating. I'm going to spit maybe about 7 minutes of godly lessons, that Anunnaki presence. The way you gonna get killed, just rejoice, fool. It won't take infinity, cause I got the innate ability to build and destroy you. Slot. The difference is the laws of physics. I relate to the universe, but with you, everything forced. So it probably ain't asinine when they say that you be born. That's why they be hating your joints. You gonna get beat clearly. Think string theory. They gravitate to the one-dimensional lines. So you need to get replaced at this point. It's crazy, G. You live by the pen. Well, I slide right to your house. Go from hysterical to historical. Cause you'll be civilized by the time the iron come out. Pointed right at your scalp. Now that's astonishing. How they gotta pick up parts of your brain from different places. Collective consciousness, I'm bombing with my procedure. I'ma leave your head gone. Apollina, lose your mind on sight from getting led on. Tragic, and you'll pass if I let it go on. Or turn to a patient from a whole long blow chrome. Find out where you stand, then I creep up. The alien get lit from the finger if phone home. And if anybody else home, shit, they need to go fast, because more heat can make sure your people won't last. Known facts, this shit is not the norm. I started the last game off with the collective consciousness, because I wanted to tell those who groupthink, that is something I conform, because you got to talk reckless to give them a hot style. But they be saying when you elevated, you can't pop rounds. I guess when you got power as a king, they expecting you to not bow. That's cool, because whatever that I jot, wow, I ain't worried about own it all. Everything you have via calm down. This isn't a risk. I mean, I'm gonna punch ONSLAUGHT to death. Infinite glitch. It's sickening when I use my rap sheets to overpower you niggas. Land and stellar with great rage. But only through the transatlantic slave trade may flowers be given. Your grave made. I get the science. The only thing that counts is the death toll. Paid or not, I'd be like, let's go. I even use free verses to train and leave niggas beneath land. That's the Underground Railroad. And so, I know the reason they be expressing doubt. We all know when he battle, he like to give you essays. But what I'ma do, X amount with all these long passages to a different place. That should be something to corridor. But instead, they fail up because you choose to keep going plate after plate, on and on, being full of yourself as smorgasbord, when you could just bring entertainment from what the source awards, of course. They be telling us to go to school. But what it's supposed to mean? Because with the melanin, all we gotta do is sunbathe. That's where you get the most degrees. Oh, believe. I be reading energy and seeing synchronicities seep within the deepest chemistry of elite divinity. I be asking myself, what do these religions mean? It's just God mind traveling through different time capsules saying, please remember me. Remember we used to talk to nature and get the messages through the birds, bro. At one time, spies were made out of pigeons. Not too long ago, we had chirp phones. Now everybody stay up on Twitter. So many parallels in this world. But my virtue is not virtue. That's why land get alienated. And that strange pattern start to rise. I gotta crop circles. It's not worth it. The way real life line up with this internet shit creepy. Remember we let the undeveloped species barge in our homes? Battling through discord led us to being servers. And it all started with Rome. Ain't that something? We used to look up at the stars to find our ways then. The constellations was the original black compass. But real rap, we need a coalition. Instead of our excuses being exclusive with verbal abuse in this battle zone. You might talk your shit, but fuck the chat, let's go. Get our brothers out the dungeon ASAP, my bro. Not for Play-Doh, like really get something done. Even build with the people of Legos. But we gotta start with the descendants of slaves, bro. To give them a dose. This ain't close. First of all, man, since I was a newbie in this shit, the plan was to never be suiting these niggas that commit me. Not once. Can you survive? Nah, then you a goner. Ain't it fairly odd, bruh? How we went from harmony with the cosmos to Rwanda? Ponder. What I bring is pain to conquer. It's just that I have more skill. Watch him. I come before you to completely destroy you at best. This your prime ordeal. The chance that he gon' fall? Likely. This my homie. And a bold nigga is out slot strike me. And as we use the pins to contend, Jen gon' show you maybe up against the almighty. Alrighty. No need for headshots to drop the wisdom. And even when I am popping pistols, I'm talking chakras, crystals. You see the Jews that Jen tally up with the opposition? When I got official, I told myself to handle this properly. As I commend you with each sentence, immaculate. It's like I'm rapping to establish the Vatican. I just make sure it's all hidden. Good riddance.
I remember when you said it's the Egyptian pyramids. You see land structure, but you don't even know how it's built. To create such things, they said thousands is killed. Evil energy disguised as peaceful enemies that drown us in guilt. Still, the style was worth the birth, but the path to it is pathogenic. The work is real. This ain't for the dumb rap. Fun fact, brother. NASA discovered stargates open up every day via Earth's magnetic fields, and they shield off a loss and floss while robbing at common sense points. Though lie what I describe as the polar shift with fields that clash with solar winds, while appearing as lines that come across to form an X point. And the best point to make is, from the knowledge I've obtained is, or what NASA revealing Molly claims is that these fields connect Earth to the sun. That's how it runs, even when it's millions of miles away. And what kept them engaged in his face amazed. What the best find that happened here that got the intellect fended into the stratosphere is that they realized that some particles energized to enter the atmosphere. This is facts and authentic. And once it's revealed to the masses, it's all epic. Look what's golly. Obviously, the spacecraft that spotted this anomaly is called Themis. They say you one of the best writers. So you will smoke by the cipher of chaos. This engraved to the grave with a seance. Those you lean on for support to need to open up about this. And that's a great discovery. Even from them it's possible to see the mistakes you stay on. Because when land lines clash with much lighter material, you open up a star gateway for him to be displayed on. And next, the point that needs to be made is that they lying to you coming across as real. So you got to break thinking of chaos. And after shedding light on these important kinds of matters, you allow this array to make a breakthrough. Of course you may wait for the chaos during the playoffs. Stay off the attack zone. You and your cohort supposed to war with you. This ain't my flow endless. What they don't express is you who I'm smoking next. Let's talk Stonehenge for a sec. Yes, I'm gonna let the fans know this is short and simple to solve your riddle. The outside ring has sauce and rocks made from silica sandstone composed of quartz crystals. So don't forget to unshackle the slave for the oppressors. Press them, don't hand them praise. What they're not telling you is these minerals are piezoelectric, making them conducive and turning currents and mechanical energy steadily, so they give hassles with substantial gains for their financial ways to limit what a man attain. This is why these cattle plagues and battle planes struggling with what I have to say. Not to mention, sound is mechanical as it acts as a tuning fork to resonate close to target target frequency will I gravel planes. These are instructions, youngin, to reach the astral plane. Just know certain chants can help rocks vibrate to the center stone to channel waves. So my plans today, land is to not make it on us and not freight. To break the shackle stays, those who on DMT while woke with hope and mentally free like you, they target to pick apart your heart so you feel a bit in secret. They engineering on the inside while operating in dark spiritual pyramids. They hide plans so they seal it cause our senses outside of that. They know it be men that align to the most high. It's why they don't support the wickedness. I'm just saying, stoners that have to weigh this heavily upon them. No, those in control started this for sure for global positioning. This for the most will be listening. So when they go and sing you wait, it's to announce the build up to make the way out more difficult to get uplifted from. It's courts we dealing with. What I'm revealing is your end. I'm finessing my nemesis. What I'm sending is a lesson. The messages you're trending with people stressing your precipice. He needs to meet his maker. All right, Tim Baker on your Facebook friend suggestion list. You must be a faggot or a bisexual reckless feminist, because this seems to be your one-dimensional decadence. But enough of the gay things. Just know this your time. You're the prime, suspecting it. Your career's in arrears. Your success got enough mess in it. At times, you got bodies not even close as a ghost smoke with defeating you. It's easy to see that people that ain't supposed to be beating you. But you know, you've been kind of consistent. You've been fire wigging. So you in demand, it ain't the inner hero, you quartz crystal. You probably wondering what that trans do, sir. And it's manipulating your vibes in this journey, cause what you tune in for could change to hurts along the way, but the fans revering you. They do what they can, fam, not to get rid of you. And from the frequency of what's said, a mental note is made. I hope you get empowered smart, come back out as the wave. That way, I can sound off for land material. Damn, this going way past ethereal. Shout out Earth Gaia, Mother Nature concerning her. We gotta nourish her, here we deserting her. We gotta respect the firmament, permanent. Look, land, flat out, you in dirt. You back now, the rumors heard is that you berserk this dynamic, easily cymatic frequencies. You asking for the throne to, it seems that you out here talking and it's affecting your reality casually. Furniture universe, they prefer how you are. I'm sure this tutor learned with truer words, but you up here selling the same games, trapped and stuck in these Orwellian main games, attempting to lane change because the material you sold where people bottle dry very quickly and you ought to keep it up to be well maintained. The spells remain vague. This where the frequency wherever the brain change with magnificent reveals, leaving the meta forever with talentless appeal, maleficent will. You either keep it up or dumb it down. Those who trying to stay asleep from what they voice go yawn. A person is me, make this and that to forever be rest assured. We will be in touch with what's around so the material doesn't drown and the gallows overshadowed by dozens of clowns who feel this doesn't wow. But land, I caught him in his aura, Sodom and Gomorrah. What's revered from his peers is he might take a loss today. Why do you act homo for the promo? I don't know what he on to say. I just engage in demand status gladly to say, partner, that's a lot. Why you feel you need to get us all to rock with you as somebody solid? Acknowledge that you're squad afraid with the caution take. Now that I look back on it, I know you happy land gay with your problems, so I gotta get this queer tossed away, even if he speak with good vibes and solid pay. But you should try finding a message, and cause time is of the essence, to take out of context these complex connections, so be in tune, thrive for the better, because quickly you get this soon tying this together. This new narrative imperative. You'll be buying this forever. They said you might have lost to Luno. What a fall from greatness. Wait, this gets better, some better. You see what committing such a sin did in advance? Are you snubbing the process? Now you dealing with that forever. Lou should not have gotten this breakthrough you to achieve growth. Now you being dust is a must. Enough of the nonsense. As of now, you have to go improve yourself and ongoing to higher levels while you still being judged for your progress. They got a grudge for this vibe. Yes, they think they decide who lives and dies next. I do this for free smoking and Miss Nihonium to shoot bullets. It's not in your nature, so what's artificially produced and out for decay from this MC gives me a door I can exploit and aim for these unnatural elements. You see how I break down the nature front to where tiles are set to be thrown, where most be given up, but it's a grind to break the enslaved matrix, which has me a lord of the space and time to create this divine or greatness. The cosign, I hate this. That's how our dollar is set to be a firm thing, and the worst thing, and those who operate will contemplate our self-serve things. We gotta demand improvement and has movement. Even in the spot right here, you're not top 5 tier. Land or loser, I'm not here to talk money, although I'm here to take charge to plan the future, so you can respect the invoice power. It's in your mind, trust that, thinking he God tier revere. He believe that's why you want to go and can't do it. My path using to my brand fluid. The taboo is your gas moving. You think you got a chance today to make a fast escape? Today, your team gonna make draft complaints. This calling empty. Halls of a mentee. They created this event to God rules cool. At this rate, your accolades just a flashy rave to a massive grave. I'm gonna remain in the confines of a deep because the inner land is here. What's weird, they're gonna Wait for your fate and gas your last state to prove at last you have some trash praise in this gas gauge. The pen of y'all soldier real otherworldly with groundbreaking breakup performances that land shakes with mass quakes that breaks his past place. Riding with advanced technology knows me descended back to Mother Earth so bored than it seems. I have to be down to desecrate of space, the major debate and the savory hate with fans that demands plans for you to be slave from grace is that you were supposed to beat Louisiana. A person is me gotta be the one who do this to end all wars for sure. To not advance attacks that come this way. The unattached in this case on the tier list that had to re-pinpoint your location because you don't keep those lower under control. You allow them to troll, but hold your path at this rate is going to decay. So I'm starting counters, marking cowards, raising frequencies frequently, and I mentioned new innate things so it's crystal clear this wasn't charging power. It's star power, facing the dark tower because you a disgrace and a guest to the best of displays. You have a master slaves. I'm going ham down. Look at the pace I set to surpass today. Y'all peepers tweet sheets. He go from praising black queens to saying gay things. Is this how y'all masquerade? Y'all remember his temple when Kodo told him the vibes I got? I stepped on land avatar, you slack having scars. He blacked on your remain slave, then shamed you as if you knew facing the basics. So you process new dreams, Project Bluebeam, all the while going after him. It just seems that projecting his macrocosm to be viewed by some who fake it to make it. This changes the spar with your fadeaway. To keep what you have by far, you're going to have to gather grace to save face today. It's all connected. The link went to the avatar that had you like Ray passed away. RC staff today ain't going to give you a pass today. Or deal with your trash accolades in a passive way. Ignorance is rooted in substance that's diluted, sloppy with filler that killed us, but it arrives with influx. All I'm saying is, I'm gonna make you pay for this. The killer with the best goal in mind in the end come to kill, fresh off the revenue, body it for the buildup. Damn lamb, you still feel crushed. They're gonna hate saving you for a change. Stop. Those who think they have incarnate pick and listen, they figured for you to go the distance to make a breakthrough, you have to be within a range of rock for show. And although you're an amazing op, peep the risk fatality, split personality. Look what my mind coming to not devastate but elevate, so you can live for radiance again. My alternate self, alien with the pen, is how this round going great. Now in accordance with importance, the fact that I met him, psycho systematically shows that the framework layout build around is transforming, land conforming, which y'all hold on to, meaning somebody knew you have to recreate yourself for grounds to make a breakout performance. The landscape out is boring. Would I create Gali, Anunnaki, something otherworldly forming? This brings negative competitive hate, and I know new breed is family to you, but you thought me sunning you was gonna get you new flesh and blood relative to what I'm saying? The message is I ain't playing to lyrically carry on and run this model. Cause the level are staying hard to do since they hate those ways. It's the eightfold way when they come in dotto. A triangle diagram, fam, representing the pyramidal structure, brother of particles. Particularly the baryon decoupling model. Just follow the source of thought and all to fathom what you amazed of. So you're limitless. We're dealing with the couplets, meaning symmetry of 10. So when the forming of a baryon begins, which consists of quarks and of course what atoms are made of, with no remorse. This a force in this course and no endorse the support of what you a slave of or focus on, smoking the agenda to carry on assisting the tough wars. We run down and beat too strong, folding them forever. We supposed to align and give them the most divine is a proton, which is a baryon consisting of two up quarks and one down with glue on, holding them together. You boast of your endeavors, but those in the most high division is just better. You're supposed to be the goat with the most time and it's better, but I'm spazzing is the reaper who has to greet you. But you let the captain beat you and made his career. Now look at the equal Luon getting it together, doubling up on your ups and downs the most, cause hardens when you're residing and pressuring those who y'all inform into baryon creation, thinking his build-ups actually matter to a proton is together. You'll be smoked on trying to be better, but it's how we're made into greats, and that foundation became reality gradually. We won out of space rounds to demand grand ascension, but land, they're going at him. So now we being adamant about it, to shake down your fake crown, to take down your rap protection. This your inverse material, you hear it though, to take out mass grand deception. You mostly frail to this holy grail. They narrate folding waves, but the flows out the cup let you know the intent to break down land projections. Understand the message. The enemy lying and making amends to deceive readily. They target people like you who rooted in the flower of life, right? To kill your plan to grow, cause they know you have a voice and a choice. Getting positive vibes received mentally, it's a tactical assignment, galactical alignments. Either I'm with this sun doing, making a powerful push to a new tree, knowing to keep in touch what's in earth for real, or I intend to receive energy. It's only a matter of time before it passes. People's happening in December, fire material mid-battle to make some cattle, to bake and shake them rattle. While depicted at the top, tripping up your stock, while listening to the slide, you gotta have a higher pyramidian at the top of the structure. The design finds to turn up about it. The crash course matters. This timelines are being made to discern, to learn about it, to abandon, avoid ploys with treason. Y'all believe in his legacy. steadily. Make sure the enemy readily, steadily. How long y'all going to deceive mentally? They put out your highlight to shine. At one point, the focus was on what you can be. Can land material stand with mine? I just think y'all uphold this lie to be line, then line it up so he be next up in line to rise. And those who feel giving you the dub, right, be worked up about it. Well, I emerge unconcerned, y'all yearn to learn about it, but this is what y'all suffer and resort to. They disrespect the threshold with death notes. They always making somebody who write down, wow, this is an easy kill for real, off an open book, but look, this another immortal. To keep it frank, either you fill in the blanks or I enter in conduit fluids. This is another force I endorse to. The basics to an axe is something you are pointed to cover what normal flaws do. And next, why is he destined to go places? Anywhere you go in universes to go and hover, brother, over what's formal. And when the gods go on one accord, then it's space-time to leave Earth with elites first while you suffer with other morals. Human resonance, the issue men resonate to match with in shock remains that this was premeditated and they failed to shed light on this, which is an under-report to. You building up for the YouTube fans, fam, shows you align with answers in the making, patient. Congratulations, it's divine magic placement, but they're gonna track this man page and jack his fan base to make sure for sure they don't listen to what your mission about. The powers that be gonna get active in Merkaba, so they'll lie to body people to go the distance that have you beyond tripping out as if you're crazy or shady. What's tough for a course to, and what you suffer support to, or what this brother has fought through is a mission. Listen, this is another you must support to. First abstract, you was first class, they learned that. But let's discern facts and return back. You said you didn't want to talk about put your brothers on the shirt, and then your next battle, your tech clap through to have your brother suffer to the dirt. I thought you had enough spark of the gas, keeping it a double new market of hacks. Y'all go too far along and aided them. Archon alien, this could be something you're attached to, or a field then takes over to keep the slug targeted black. You promote peace, but you let the peace clap, but you're free loading up on somebody. That's a nemesis. It's a definite. You want to terminate, but this will determinate from negative feedback. It's agreed that this is where it get dark for a body to a godly great. But this is a bore I ignore. This slight you. Go forth and lock the crave. Disposal done. With code on one, he experienced actual smoke. You expected tobacco in with land material and accept your light body for a plate? I take flight to a godly space. I'ma make your shine food to me. Usually, people die or vie from around this cold. Either or I end your life to live within land. Clearly it shows how low you caved in for surface level material. It's superior. On the inside, this just grounds for control. It's a fine line in the facts for the trap and the unbound souls. You're gonna have trouble with this decipher code. So with this hell, welcome aboard to give yourself awards. He figured to feast upon the chaos around him. He could get in his feelings and be self-absorbed for sure. On your fuel or injustice to get this for right energy. And this where I undermine control. Peep the vibes though. You was here before fear, but it's weird with him giving you a shot, yet this damn land gets the wows and praising him and making you afraid to eat. You was in need of a lower frequency of fear, but how if he the alien, those who believe in saving him, and urge their judges to make decisions gonna be fed up with emotion to thrive. Method to my madness is a lesson in the lances. Land, here commotion, grand, you was in demand at the same time you had action executed. Synchronicity, back to Atlantis, what relations to Six Indian, but here land undirected to his own death, and you ought to cover that for his indignation. We lack studies in the indigenous pigmentation. As a result, we facing the coast. This a code against land material. Try if you might to try to might. This a cold oblivion. Draco reptilian. This done one-sided. They the sideline division. Those who the sideline is division is displeasing. Some will surely meet the godly in the mist when it's demon time. If y'all disagreeing, otherworldly bodies can exist. You just mind and talk. Telepathic master will speak and keep in mind this the Vab's lab. Look at the weapons we conjure to conquer the message. They want us to stop a while. Trade killed you and sealed you with the crocodile with his gift and presence. Those bars are strong. Look what became of your essence in understanding. Our kind of monsters came into these possessions. This is what we embody. The way we go embody and habit savage. And here you are with the results of your abstract thoughts. And you still ain't thinking of concepts to instill thinking concepts lost and fought. You had the manure of your conscious holly. All the bull got you feeling better. This your thought process copy. You need this to fulfill your agenda. Remember, we got about this in excellence in real time. The connection repressive. It still ties your rep raised to arrive and die. You need to create your reality because this is a strong consciousness. And when you encounter fit intelligence, you realize what to realize that you plagiarize in mind. I'ma stabilize this crime because I already beat you. It was a breeze too. Since his brother fried, ain't no convincing otherwise. I said Archon to Noah's Ark. I smoked you already steady, but you who they salute the most. Ain't no way you could induce the goat. So I'm peeping this copycat facts. In this meta, you doing whatever floats the boat. I'm wary of this certain height. You will for certain die if you want to carry on with this burden twice to try and compare animals in this avenue. I'ma do what I have to do. And this machine with a cog involved trouble and better. I'm just saying, you got suckers running this one poison. You gotta reverse this so dog double his efforts. I thought land was covered. What a disappointment. This is slaughter for enjoyment. But they gon' discredit the message is merit, ya cherish or perish. Etheric archon grid. Whatever suits your rap soul purpose is. I black the gold murderers. If land projected to be in a protrude and to stand out, that's a handout. Here's where your fall decline rise against size material. I just defy your material to almost nothing, youngin', to end your small time shine. It's why, to make your pen better, that's the motive to it, to go way past lyrical. Cause the battle you have will eagle ass the material. And your higher ups for rim members, nothing. And you're going through it. The news is I do this against competitors who feel ill as elitists. This ain't a fair trip synopsis. I thank you easily, Landini, for the 2-on-2 breaking the illusion due for making the myth accomplished. I'ma thank this soul body for getting its agenda completed. This suits you. You will be aware it is fully conscious when I fully demolish. It's to fully seal the spot for the Edgemore. It's a swift campaign to attack your consciousness in the midst of this damn plane. And once they find out the truth, who inflicted max pain and the past the same with a prior process, and how they decide somebody at the bottom can't be belittled because many figured those fulfilled at the top read more, obtaining higher knowledge. It's a dead lore, pretending why your homage should it be acknowledged. It's an avenue. The altitude of this aptitude is a different magnitude. Yeah, I don't know time high, but I've reached new heights and inherit its ability that counts as masterful. And off the skill gap, I killed that I barely emphasized. It was natural to gradual to do what I had to do. It's oblivion with the pyramidian. You see how I highlight the importance of that to be a masterful animal? Those who are strong live without fake deceit, are tactical, that's factual. I said archon grid, inflicted max pain mentally that make you wake to sleep when I'm just passing through. All this talk of bricks, pushing whips, it's the greater news that claim to enable use. What they expect you to bank on to rank on forsaken and changing you is that they promote these investment vehicles, but their stories that come to account in saving you is ridiculous. We become limitless, but you're recidivists. Nowadays, they stress the importance of what you carry incarnate seems to be forced. The way this links to disingenuous, gonna see you dealing with somebody different. Ollie gifted, this a golly mission, but it don't matter. If this the area you deny natural, get a second chance at life, right? That's where your omen rise. Your praise set ablaze, since you hold them high. This said your stock off coca rise, but it didn't, I get it. This is what you're used to when you have the stress of being the best, of course, but I don't mean rolls of coke, or if it's some miles of white to flip, which would be new in the flesh and force. Soul recycling, reincarnation, black box, this is cap stop. No surpassing the Kraken's obstacle. Nah, this ain't gonna be a debatable black boxing you. The machine has taken you in way over your head, and this assignment has, so I know this anomaly probably hurts. Fight for others, this a conscious battle, and the struggle for you is to renew your body of work and take back off, and it started when it back and forth crossed to the best pen accepted since inception, to see who held well to the most divine connected, and how deep our material lies. Now I bet the crown for it is what you thought of watching for to push, cause you know there's somewhere else you want to go in mind. It's your own demise. And make this early rain better. World Trade Center, his remains a center, which came in visions and focus now. Slow it down, I said 9/11, but this is the main intention, because secrets of power don't have to be kept between you and I. Anyone want to see how to destroy his plane of existence, which is going to be making him victim. I ought to sort of be honest, brother. Your downfall is making the long story short of such complex structures. I'm getting this attack force out fair to be aware that this is enough facts, so I'll shed light on this situation. Patient, and when it's still beaming, it'll be meltdowns over this fire body. No saving, just turning to ash with not much intact, leaving you in the dust. It's facts for this jerkernaut in my venue. Mostly some will decide this off the jump or not. A decision is quite simple. Ain't a crash course out there with this much impact around in his presence. You see how I created a breakdown to the building? Standing my ground, 0 tolerance is accepted. To be a hero in this career, though, you gotta get violence wilding up in your presence. The messages, I make stars scatter and hearts patter to get the entire car shattered. On your journey, you're gonna be making amends to be friends after bouts with a dark caster. That's your flawed error, war and terror. Don't fall for stories of failure, especially to when it comes to how it started. It's to annoy you for control, man, because the only thing that counts is how it ends. Only the end arc matters. Cosmological structure as of now is basics, celestial on body and star power. Or the result is that more mass to create alignments that create environments to join gas. In order to describe this in words, once you attract big deposits, anything you project that rocks becomes under fire. Cinder comets, they feel cocky, but what I reveal is still golly. They decide real bodies to lighten up on in order to see the inner concept, the shift and drift the concept. And as the risk is being created, it marks a symbol to belittle our structure. Indeed, they take heed to rip apart our power to what's regarding ours, because they know this Carter shift scales well. They're the type to make sure that whatever you build a Dyson sphere took all the energy off the build-up. He thought he was being scary, but he knew you needed a startling power for sharpening prowess was foulest. The wickedness against you have a limitless potential, because it's massive, it could damage, yet they limit you, leaving you limited in venues while leaving you degraded, no protection. It's obvious they're making your message forbidden to mention. Earth's halo projection, whoever told you put aside to this is assuring this is hidden. Listen, to be amongst the eternal and get them respecting your start for grand's presence in charge so they can say you're king after is to be for certain what direction you're going, then see what's encompassing your circle and what's kept in the dark, because that is pinnacle land destined to be at large. This is a battle to know that layering matters, but in face of the neighboring masses who cool with staying enslaved by force to demand rapid rates of change going forward in this obscene matrix. You gotta pull your own weight, of course. This is how land gravitates towards creation. It's more elevation, but this is type diabolical. You made your inner god of a side, which is wicked and quite the obstacle. This divine and very old binary code. You have concerns of you want notice, takes to be informed and out there ring, which is completely out of you. Now when leaving Earth, it makes the inside of it impossible, stopping you. Cause I'm warning you, in the long run when it's all done, which is hurting yourself, what else doing a disservice to your health, so avoid the drudgery with the ugly struggling. Be where you're supposed to be. When it comes to the topic of dishonor ring, what goes around comes around, land. And it's only me and none seen this pre-structuring. And another thing, I'm gonna cleverly sever what's in your making and replace it with changes by breaking down your origin to catch this ordeal at its prime ordeal. Here's the little deal. I'm gonna do this just in case brief measures have to be taken. Face it, you gave up your pendant, therefore your independence, your existence is to take bribes to letting marks rise that get hyped for him. When it's start time, you'll die for him. Putting your lyrical archive through apartheid, respect the breakdown origin, go to the dark side, but before going, the material needs to be exposed for the dark texture ring. And inside of this world that I'm showing you, what you figuring out is massive, which is a born life form through dark times. I'm drawing a hard line, because the fact this won't get much views on YouTube sucks. Everyone who get along knows that's a now for you, and considering to what they deem as pro bosses to this flow often, my line's up to thrive. They just spawn on you to make a breakthrough performance. The attachment to my gut instinct reveals you get lined up for life. And this timeline to survive, you gotta take it back to when hip-hop was up and accomplishments and consciousness was popular. Your game ties proved that this was the lifeline to be aligned to, which of course puts you on a course that's quantum. Now the youth school, they lying for them. They were men of that kind of breed. They had to streamline the process to inefficiency, which is the underlying cause of the problem that robs them, which is a lesson to us. And those kind of bars got most in a candle, except for land and me, plus a small percentage of us.